Hey guys, my name is Scott. I'm going to start this series as sort of a way of keeping myself a little bit accountable here. I am a Cat 5 racer. I've done 2 crits at this point. Spent a lot of time riding bikes, not a ton of time racing them outside of triathlon. So I'm just learning. I think the point of this series, at least to start, is going to be getting myself to 4 watts a kilo and documenting that. For some background sake, I am 96 kilos right now, so I'm a pretty big boy. I think it's 205 or 210 pounds. I am 6'4" though, so it's pretty well spread out. I like to joke that I'm a fat kid, which is true at art, but I'm not. It's spread out at least. So 4 watts a kilo for me. Obviously at 100 kilos, that's going to be 400 watts. At 95 kilos, that'll be 380 watts. At 90 kilos, that'll be 360 watts. As I stand right now, I believe I'm at about 3 watts a kilo. I'm at roughly 300 watt FTP. I'm going to do an FTP test later today, just to establish sort of a baseline. So obviously that'll be about a 20% bump in power. Not insignificant, but I've done that kind of jump before, back when I was trying to get ready for a half Ironman. And I at least know that my body can accommodate a jump like that. Just to clarify, I say 20% jump. I live in Colorado. I'm in Fort Collins, so with the amount of climbing that I'm close to, I would like to try and stick to the lower end of that weight spectrum. I'd like to get myself down there maybe to 92-ish kilos or 90 kilos. Just for efficiency's sake, and at altitude it'd be nice to be a little bit lighter as well. So assuming that I can get to that 90 kilo point, which again I've done that before as well, so I think that should be reasonable. Get down there, we'll aim for 360 watts for now. This race was a blast. I didn't finish particularly well. I finished, I think, 11th or 10th or somewhere in there. Pretty solidly mid-pack. But this was my second crit. My first one was the Northern Colorado Criterium up here in Fort Collins. And I went up 6th in that, but I really had no idea what I was doing. Wasn't able to really think very clearly. It was not much more technical, but there were 2 pretty technical turns on that course, both of which mandated that you do basically 1,000 watts coming out of those, at least in a Cat 5 field. I mean, people were trying to go into hairpins 3 bikes wide, which it would have been nice if people weren't doing that. This turn here, it's sort of a long sweeping right, long sweeping left, and everybody was stuck to this right hand side of the road, So a couple times I was taking this shorter line down the inside. I know I wasn't protected sort of from wind. From a wind standpoint, the wind direction was basically directly over these guys' heads on my right into me, so sort of a head cross in that section of the course. It was basically a straight tailwind down the finishing straight. So I wasn't super protected and I wasn't in a draft, but I was doing basically the same power that I would have been doing in the pack, but taking a shorter line. So there were a couple laps where I made up positions just by taking a better line. Again, I'm super new to this stuff, so I don't know if there's something I was missing as to why they were all on the right-hand side of the road. But that's part of the point of this series, is we'll hopefully break that down and figure that out over time. But yeah, ultimate goal, see if we can kind of progress through the categories. For now, I think just in the name of building a good base of fitness, I think I'm going to start by focusing on my own FTP and my own sort of engine, if you will, and we'll go from there. But yeah, this was a good race. I felt like at more opportunities than not, I was able to acknowledge where I was in the pack, where I should be. I closed a couple gaps. I believe it may have been earlier than this, actually. One guy got maybe 10 or 15 seconds up the road, and I closed that down, which was a good little morale booster. It was only a 30-minute crit, so I kind of saw most any kind of gap as a threat, just given how short this was. Next event I think I'm going to target is the Longmont Criterium. I believe it's the Masters State Crit Champs event. My category will be a mixed 4-5 field and will not be a state champ category. Obviously I'm not a master yet. I'm 30, so just trying to get more practice, I guess. I'm gonna probably let the rest of this race play out. It's pretty straightforward. Whole lot of watts up this little ramp towards the finish. Whole lot of watts out of this next upcoming sort of sweeping uphill left into a headwind. And the rest of it was just sort of sitting in, and I wound up pulling the whole sort of second to last lap, which is not ideal, but I kind of just rolled through and figured I'd run with it. Yeah, I'm gonna let this play. I'll catch up later about sort of where I'm at, what the results were of the FTP test, and where we're going to go from here. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you next time. Later.